still talk about the hadith of Jibreel. We said it's the hadith Sunnah, the mother of the Sunnah, shows how important the hadith it is. We said when Jibreel came to Rasulullah and asked him, he asked him about first, what is it? The pillars of pillars of Islam first, then pillars of Iman, then he said what Ihsan, excellent. So we said what the Ihsan means. Only worship Allah as they like to see Him. That's it. Huh? Can you speak up? Excellence, that's linguistic, but how did he say it? As well. Okay? To worship Allah as if you see Him, and if you cannot achieve that, then worship as if He sees you. This is the excellence. This is the excellence of Allah. Then we said, he told that. Then he said, what about the hour? The day of judgment. It's something, and he said, the first thing, and he said, Masai, yeah, so he said, I don't know. As much my knowledge as much as yours, so both wouldn't know. My guess is as good as yours, basically. SubhanAllah. And here's something, and same here, SubhanAllah, that when you hear this, that the Prophet ﷺ, he didn't know the answer, and he didn't answer, even though he doesn't know. And even he's the Prophet ﷺ. Yeah, brotherly, when it comes to the deen, you find a lot of people, the moment comes to the deen, they ask a question, you find 10 guys answer. I think this, I think that. And they have no clue. They just start answering from their own mind, from their own thought and logic. And this is dangerous. You cannot talk about the deen without knowledge. If you don't know, Allah said, let's say about the dhikr. Ask the people of knowledge. If you're sick, where do you go? To an engineer or to the doctor? Where do you go? Doctor. To attorney. So how about if you want to build a house? You go to an architect or to a mechanic?
Go to a mechanic, sure.
Very good job. So mechanic, for sure. So the thing is, you need to go to the right person. If you have Islamic question, you need to ask the person who have knowledge. So same thing. And the person, if you didn't have a knowledge, you should say, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, SubhanAllah. Let's give some few examples for the imams, how the imams act. A man came to Imam Malik. Imam Malik was one of the greatest imams, as Imam Ahmad, and Shafi'i, and Hanifa, and Taymiyyah, and Ibn Qayyim, and all of Imam Za'i, Sufyan Thawri, those great imams. Imam Malik, one of them. And he said Imam Dar al-Hijrah was the most knowledgeable person in Medina at that time. So a man came from a far distance to him, and he had his people sent him to Imam Malik. They had 40 questions. And they said, Imam, what's they going to ask? So it went to Imam, SubhanAllah, Malik, so he answered 4 only. He said, Imam, what about the 36 questions? He said, and he was the most knowledgeable person in Medina. And Medina was the core of Islam, the heart of Islam. So the people's knowledge there, the Tabi'een were there. So the generation came after the companions. So the knowledge there, the strongest. And he said, I don't know. So, man, what should I tell my people if I tell them? I need the answers. He told them, just go there, tell them Malik doesn't know. As simple as that. I don't know. He said, make sure tell them Malik doesn't know. Like this exactly, if you can translate it. Because he stopped there for a second and said, tell them Malik doesn't know. As simple as that. SubhanAllah. And the thing is here, a lot, or some people, many people, they start, like I said, doing things, talking about philosophy and logic and makes sense and doesn't make sense, and I think this way, I think that way when it comes to the deen. But when it comes to medicine, engineering, law, well, no, I don't know about this. But deen, mashallah, kulla, sure, mashallah, everyone's a shaykh, a scholar. So this is dangerous. And Allah subhanahu mentioned surah, as I said, He mentioned how severe the sins. He made it order, going like from high to the worst. And He said, وَأَن تَقُولُوا عَلَى اللَّهِ مَا تَلَمْ, to say about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without knowledge. to speak about Allah without knowledge. So this is one of the worst things. If you're going to i'tikaf, you can go upstairs, brother. I'tikaf upstairs. So now he said to say about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala without knowledge, and this is one of the worst sins a person can commit. So you cannot do that. And he said, the statement, beautiful statement, he said, if you said, I didn't know, then people, they can teach you. But still you know. But if you say you know, people, they can ask you, till you didn't know. So you have no answer. Is that clear? The statement, so if you act like you know, then people, they're going to find that one day you didn't know. Because they're going to keep on asking you questions. They say, oh, man, he doesn't know. So when you say I don't know, then the people, they learn, and the people, they will teach you till you know. Jazakallah. And when you say subhanallah, there's a book by Sheikh by Imam Qayyim said, Ahlam al-Muwaqqi'in, the one who signs on behalf of Allah. When you say something halal or haram, that means you are the representative of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You say this halal. Who have the authority to say halal haram? Who? Allah only. When you say halal, that means you represent Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you sign on behalf of Allah. That's I'm saying halal because Allah said halal. Or you say haram, that's Allah said haram. But if you say something halal and it is haram, then as you object in the community of Allah, this is big. See the severity, how dangerous that is? Because a lot of them, I think it's halal. I don't know. Or they say this is haram. I don't think this makes sense. I don't think this is halal, so this is something big. Then he said, then he asked him about the signs of the day. He said, so the first we agree upon, which is, if we didn't know, we have to say, I don't know. You have to be sure 100%. That's what to answer the question. Then he said, give me do you know the signs of the day of judgment? I said, yes. He said, the sign of the day of judgment, one woman, and tell you the amata or bataha. So the woman, she will give birth to her master. It's literally translation. So that a slave woman, she get pregnant with a baby, become her master. And subhanAllah, and this one day, and yes.
Say a RAV4 blocking that funeral home.
What kind of car?
RAV4.
Let me know.
Driving a RAV4, parked at the funeral home.
Maybe it's the guy who's pregnant.
Could be. Me?
Maybe it's a numbers.
They said one of them, this one sign, it said the first time, which is the woman, the girl, when she become back, talk to her mother, unkind to her mother, disobedience, which is unkindness to the parents. So the woman, the girl, or the son become as a master to the father, as a master to the mother, or the girl to the father and mother. No respect, no obedience, no kindness, and so on. Especially when they become a little older, stronger, they need their parents, become the worst. And this is the time your parents need you. This is the time shows the true you. So become this one of the sign of day of judgment, that's when that's the spread of that kindness to the parents. Being disobedient and unkind to the parents. And we know the status of the parents. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَعْبُدُ اللَّهَ وَلَا تُشْرِكُوا بِهِ. Worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone and do not associate a partner with him. And he said, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ and be kind to your parents. So immediately worshiping Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first, then right after that, be kind to your parents. So shows the status of the parents. Here, one of the signs, look how people are unkind to their parents. Said to the point you cannot argue with them. You cannot raise your voice when they're there. You cannot stretch your feet in front of their faces. You cannot walk in the door before them. So there's many things you cannot make, like you can't say when you're upset with them. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفٍّ. Do not say even off. Off, the least word in Arabic. The smallest could be one of the smallest words in Arabic. 2 letters. Mean like this. Meaning like you're rejecting their command, you're rejecting what they're saying or their opinion. So this is something big to the parents. And nowadays, subhanAllah, Rasulullah mentioned, and he said, as Ramadan, he said, the hadith we mentioned in the short talk between the salawat, he said, what a loser, what a loss for a man who witnessed the month of Ramadan and was not a reason for him to be forgiven. And the same hadith he said, and what a loser or what a loss for a man who see one of his parents or both his parents or one of them reach old age and they were not a reason for him to enter Jannah. By being kind to them, by being respectful, by being helpful, by being like the gentle with them. Yeah, one time, Ibn Abbas, the cousin of Rasulullah, and he was one of the most knowledgeable companions. A man came to him and said, I did something severe, very bad. I think he killed someone. So would Allah accept my tawbah? I will repent to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Ibn Abbas told him, do you have money? He said, no. And he said, I don't know. Then he said, subhanAllah, then the people asked him, said, this guy did this thing, and he asked him, does he have a mother? He said, because wallahi, I don't know. Any good deeds make you closer to Allah than being kind to your mother or your parents. Nothing make you know good deeds will make you closer to Allah more than being kind to your father or mother. Nothing. The mother, subhanAllah, because we become weaker than the father, faster. She's a woman. She meant for you more. The moment you get married, you forget about your mother. The moment you can't make money, you forget. You might get stronger, you forget about your parents. So you need to be very, very careful. Each word will hurt their feeling. Each word will mean so much to them. So the thing is, this is something big. No matter how severe, they could be to the point they're kuffar. Alhamdulillah, none of the parents are kuffar. Even if they're kuffar, you still have to be kind to them. Allah says in the Quran, وَإِنْ جَاهَدَاكَ عَلَىٰ أَن تُشْرِكَ. So they, and if they try to force you, or to just like try to make you say, to commit shirk, to commit kufr. He said, do not obey them with this. But he said, وَصَاحِبْهُمَا الدُّنْيَا, and be kind to them in the dunya stuff. They just told you, don't worship, don't believe in Allah. Don't listen to them when it comes to that stuff, but at the same time, you still have to be kind to them. A lady came to Rasulullah sallallahu asked him, Ya Rasulullah, I said, my mom, she came coming from Mecca to visit me. They were Medina, and they were kicked out of Mecca. Said, can I host her? I just said, no, I'm not allowed in my house. Let me ask Rasulullah. Rasulullah said, yes, be kind to your mother. Be kind to your mother. So the thing is, there's something, this is, unfortunately, this is the being unkind to the parents. This is a big thing right now, and become like a trend, subhanAllah. Then, the last one, we finished with this one, inshallah. They said, to see the poor people, the one who ride camels, the one who have the barefooted, they poor, they become competing with building high rises. The desert people, which is the Arabs. They had nothing at that time. SubhanAllah, look at the hadith. He said the word Arabic means they competing with one another who built higher building, the towers. And look at this. As Rasulullah said, he was
Khalifa, now they're building the tower.
There's a lot of them. So the thing is, and those people, they had nothing, and the Arab, we didn't have anything at that time. So let's find the Kufar, the Arab, or the Muslims are there in the peninsula, and all over. They didn't have anything. Look at this, they hired the highest towers in Dubai and those places. So this is one of the signs of the Judgement. And look at Rasulullah, how truthful his prophethood. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنْ هَوَىٰ. He does not speak out of his mind. And هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. He's only get revelation. So it shows here, when he tells you something happened 1400 years ago, it's going to happen today, this is what happened. Inshallah, we'll stop right here. If you have a question, we can answer the question, inshallah.
So both those signs already happened? The high rises and the...
High rises are there, so both signs are happening, and high rises are happening, and unkind to the parents. Widespread. So much. And you know against that. And the thing is, unfortunately, we all fall into this. I mean, it's levels. Alhamdulillah, I think good of you about it, but the thing is, levels. You have to be very, very, very careful. Alhamdulillah. So you have to be very careful how you deal with your mother and father. And do not mistreat your father because he is unkind to your mother. It's not your child. People, they take this one and say, oh, I'm taking your mother's side. You cannot have to feel like you're closer to your mother. I have no problem. But you cannot be unkind to your father because he was unkind to your mother. No, no, no. It's not your child. You can, I mean, your feeling you cannot control it. But still, you can't. Because your way to Jannah through both. Allah said, وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ, both parents. Now, unfortunately, the moment there's issue between the parents, the children will be so disrespectful to the fathers. This is not your job. You have to stay neutral. Your heart, your mother, or your father, is fine. You cannot control it. But still, you have to be respectful. Alright? Further.
Just saying, Sheikh Ayham.
Sheikh,